If you want to be an entrepreneur or a restaurant owner, this video is a must-watch. Today, I'm diving into how this local owner took over a struggling restaurant and turned it into something thriving. We're talking real mistakes, hard-earned lessons, and advice that every single business owner should hear. Folks, my name is Ryan Gladshofer, and this is The Locals. I'm going around spotlighting courageous entrepreneurs who have the guts to do their own thing and are willing to open up and share insights if you are interested in doing the same thing as well. And without further ado, please join me in welcoming business owner Paul Maloney from Kelsey Road House in Barrington, Illinois. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, Ryan. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Kelsey Road House, how did you end up in the ownership at this restaurant?
My wife and I were looking to strike out from corporate America. We started developing ideas around our passions, and our guiding light is what kind of place would we want to go to with our 5 kids?
Sure.
We really didn't endeavor in being in the full service restaurant business.
What was your initial goal then?
More of an outdoor beer garden type space. I have a passion for craft beer. My wife has a passion for cocktails. It scratched all the itches. It checked all the boxes. And so we took the plunge.
What is your background?
So my background is sales and marketing in corporate America, almost all in diagnostics in the medical field.
Really?
Yes. My wife, she had some time as a banquet manager, so she knows a little bit more about food service than I do.
Did you come from a family of entrepreneurs?
No.
Really?
No. My dad is a lawyer. He's a judge now. My mom was a school teacher. Boomer parent. I'm a hardcore Gen Xer.
Yeah.
Raised on hose water and neglect. And so, we were trained to adhere to corporate America.
You guys are, what, the 3rd owner?
We believe we're the 4th owners.
The 4th owner?
Yes.
How are you maintaining its legacy and its rich history while also putting a fresh spin on it?
Restoring the legacy space, which is the basement. We've put a lot of effort into that because that's what they remember. But the business needs to grow. And so everything outside is our dream, which is the pergola. There's seating for almost 200 people outside, 3 acres where kids can run around.
And you're animal and dog friendly too.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
That's awesome.
And we really are 5 different restaurants, ultimately, depending on what you want from us. So we have the original basement, which is the legacy space. It's super fun. We have our pub, which is the other side of this building. It's darker, it's quieter, it channels more Irish English pub feel.
Sure.
We have the garden room, which you're sitting in now. Airy, beautiful.
Open.
A lot of natural light. And the beer garden's also a legacy space.
And for the kiddos, you have an arcade area too?
We do.
In renovating this space, what kind of financial means did you need to have?
There are substantial resources on the line, and I kind of think it should be that way.
No pain, no gain, high risk, high reward.
If it doesn't matter if you fail or not, what are you really doing? I love that challenge. That's the challenge I get up for all the time. It's the pinnacle of the American dream.
Can you dive into more about the basement and the rich history that it has?
All of the wood that you see in the basement was salvaged from World War II Liberty and Victory ships.
Wow.
Hatch covers were used for tables, all of the seafaring chain. We are looking into being registered as an historic space.
What are some of the most popular menu items?
We want a menu that's approachable. There's got to be some old standard favorites on there. If all they eat is chicken tenders, right? Yeah, right?
Same.
So once I find something at a restaurant that I love,
creature of habit,
I will order it every single time.
Same.
And we really want a menu that really tempts people to try other things.
Would you mind sharing a moment with a customer or an employee that reminded you of what this place really means?
The emotional connection and impact that this restaurant has had on the community goes very deep. First dates with their future wife, kids named after this place, wedding rehearsals, and we begin to understand very early how important the work was here and how much it meant to people. It's very motivating. It's also a lot of pressure. Our first year we won an award for Best New Business, yes.
Outstanding.
From the Barrington Area Chamber of Commerce. I now serve on that board.
What has been maybe some moments that were hilarious or some memorable moments?
We were drinking from the fire hose, the first year. We generated a lot of excitement that summer debuting our lawn, and we bit off more than we could chew. There's plenty of pictures of me in the kitchen with tickets pouring out of the ticket printer for food all the way to the ground. You can look back on that kind of and laugh as the intensity of those moments. The restaurant business is not for the faint of heart. It really is not. There are way easier businesses to run.
Why do you say that?
People, when they go out to eat, when they go out and they're spending their hard-earned money, which is harder earned now than ever before.
Oh, 100%. It's very difficult.
It generates expectations. No one's perfect. I tell the staff all the time, we're not looking for perfection, we're looking for good faith effort. But sometimes we let people down, and that can be really hard. You have to harden yourself to understand that you're gonna make mistakes.
How do you approach taking gut punches and preserving your and your wife's and your family's mental health in the process?
What do you do after the mistake gets happened, right? Do you ignore it? Do you continue to provide bad service, or do you do something about it? Do you address it with transparency? The customer isn't always right, but they deserve your best effort. And your best effort needs to always include trying to make it right. Some people, they don't want it to be right. It's rare, but it happens. And then you have to be able to tell yourself that you did everything you could.
What is the greatest misconception that people have about restaurant owners?
That we're rich.
You're not?
No.
Come on, man.
Yeah, right? Like, get with it. Restaurants are naturally a low margin business. And that comes with its challenges, and they're lower margin than ever now because of increased labor and food costs. How do we ensure that we're running a healthy business that pays off? You're not running a charity. You desire to bring people along by employing them, but it's your show. Part of the payoff of that just isn't all of the outpouring of support. It's the financial independence that comes with that.
The age-old hot topic about waiters and waitresses, they're predominantly funded by tips. How do you navigate that?
Our server and bartender team, at the end of the day, get paid quite well. They're making in the mid-20s. It's a livable wage. Our guests are generous with good service. As owners, we have a responsibility to create an environment and a product that they can sell in order for them to make money. And ultimately, they're not making money, they will go work somewhere else. You look at the very difficult jobs in the back, cooking food, 12 hours on your feet. It's difficult work. You have to have a passion for it. And if you want people aligned with your values, willing to work hard, you gotta pay.
Most people go to a restaurant or they try a new restaurant if there's a deal on there, right? Are deals or coupons, all those things, basically a loss leader to try to get new customers?
Typically when we do deals or we do discounts, those are usually just lower margin or budget neutral types of deals where we're accepting lower margin on a pizza in order to get guests in, and then if they buy a couple of beers, we're good. It's really about driving foot traffic.
How do you manage and balance life in general with the ownership? You said you also work a full-time job. You have 5 kids. How do you do it?
This is what I'm most passionate to talk to you about. When you decide to start a business, your family starts a business. There's no other way to think about it. We have put firmer boundaries to maintain our mental health. It has also allowed us to very clearly assign responsibilities to managers and set better expectations there. You know, when COVID hit, our littlest was very young. We talked a little bit at the top about the desire to not be tied to corporate America. I got to see her get out of bed every day for a year. And I was like, this is the best. I'm not ever going back to a place where I don't get to do that.
Where they don't offer you that flexibility.
Right, and it came with some very difficult and frankly very disappointing conversations with my bosses. The blunt reality is if you want to move up in corporate America, more is asked of you all the time. The higher you go, the more is asked. Travel, etc. And I think almost every single corporate business is like that. So,
but for entrepreneurship, more is asked of you every day.
But it's yours. It's yours.
Yes.
You own it. It's yours.
It's you against your own expectations.
Correct. And it's very, very different. We own this as a legacy, and my company could lay me off tomorrow. That's just a reality. I work for great people, but telling me that I can't be there for my youngest, right? It became really important to me. And so I made sacrifices, and then I began to understand the next 25 years of my life. So think about 40 to 65. Do you want to work in corporate America 40 to 65 when your kids need you the most? Or do you want to try something? You want to take risk to try to break free of that? And that's what this place is for us.
Were you scared shitless?
Totally. Still am sometimes. Entrepreneurship is obviously risk, and it is for the bold. It is not for the meek.
There are always hardships that pop up. What were some low points for you, and how did you keep going?
Perseverance is a huge part of entrepreneurship. You think very critically about how hard it's going to be. The problem is that it's twice as hard as that.
How so?
You don't know what you don't know. You know, we took over, and immediately I was like, this is a lot.
Regret?
Not regret. For me, it was a challenge. You have to kind of steel yourself and just say, I'm going to learn everything. Like, we're not going to fail. We've invested a ton. If you're always looking for an off-ramp, you are not probably going to be successful. Our partnership was well thought out, and I think it's very important that you understand what they're going to be doing in the business. I'm the head, so I do all of the finance and things like that. My wife is the heart of this place. She is a mom. That is who we sell to, and she knows what they want. And then our third partner, also named Paul, we call him the hands. He is an expert in all things construction, facilities, and so those three pieces together, head, heart, and hands, make this place go. My father-in-law is also a partner here.
What would you say is a secret weapon that has helped your business succeed?
My wife, Carolina. No, it's true. She knows our customers better than anybody. I'm very logical and practical. A lot of what we do here isn't practical, but it's delightful.
What do you mean?
You can see outside all the flowers and landscaping. Those just cost money, right? They don't generate revenue. Yet, is that really true? Because they are attractive and they develop good social media and they are good marketing and they draw people in. We did our first wedding here. It's those things that...
The intangibles almost?
Yes, absolutely. That's a great way to put it. And that's why she's the heart of the business.
What would be your advice to brand new entrepreneurs or folks that want to go into the restaurant business?
Having the proper vision, your guiding light to understand what you're doing for your community. Grind until you have the confidence in the decisions that you make. There's a quote from Alex Hormozy that's along those lines. You're not looking for outside validation, you're looking for confidence in your decisions.
Less self-doubt?
Yes. Put the work in to understand what needs to be done. What comes with that is confidence in the decisions that you make. The decisions will become faster. You have to want it bad.
And for folks that want to try a new place to eat, how can they find you?
Kelsey Road House is on all the socials, krhrestaurant.com. Don't need a reservation to come. We would love to have everybody out.
Wonderful. And what I've loved about this conversation is a lot of the interviews that I do have been folks that have started their own business from the ground up. What makes yours interesting and really cool is it's a legacy location. And it's been in business for many years, and every owner has an opportunity to kind of do their own spin on things. Thank you for sharing your story, being vulnerable, and I think that a lot of people are going to benefit from it. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it.
And folks, that does it for another episode of The Local, spotlighting courageous entrepreneurs. If you want more content like this and more videos to come, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button below. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Ryan.